Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Let's Get Classy.
Hello.
Now, before we get too far into this, Mitchell, I have a deal for you.
All right, Chris.
If you can get through this entire video without singing any Disney songs, I will buy really expensive wine for our next record.
I will try, but I make no promises here.
You love Aladdin.
I love it. This is my childhood.
Well, yeah, we're not playing Lamp Salesman as it might look like. We're playing Aladdin. Disney's Aladdin, as it's called for the Super Nintendo.
I want you to know that Arabian Nights, most often than not, are hotter than hot. I messed that up. Arabian Nights, like Arabian Days.
All right, no, see, now you're just singing lyrics.
Are more often than not.
I'm going to stop you right there because you're mispronouncing. I don't think it's Arabian Nights. I'm pretty sure it's 1001 Nights, and the English translation is just Arabian Nights.
I know what I know. Arabian Nights.
Well, what you don't know is that scene is not even in this movie. Or game. It's in the movie, obviously.
Yeah, it's in the movie.
Yeah, it's not in the game. We skip right over all of that.
We're at the Cave of Wonders.
Yes.
Okay.
Whose voice was that?
Mine.
It was terrible.
Maybe it was Robin Williams's.
Robin Williams does a lot of voices in this.
The Cave of Wonders.
Did you know that Robin Williams voiced, obviously you know he voiced the genie.
He did, yes. But not in the second one.
Not in the second movie, in this one and in the third one.
Yes.
What was the third one called?
The Aladdin and the King of Thieves.
And it was all about his dad.
Yeah, it was.
Is that why you liked it so much?
It was a good movie.
But no, Robin Williams also voiced the peddler who sold Aladdin the lamp at the very beginning of the movie.
Yes, he did.
And, do you think that means that that guy was supposed to be the genie in another form, kind of trying to set himself in, trying to set things in motion? Or...
you're getting deep here, Chris.
Or is that just like a little meta joke by Disney?
I think they just knew Robin Williams could do lots of voices, and they said,
well,
let's save money and make him do all of this.
Well, it's weird that you say, let's save money, because the whole thing with Robin Williams and the whole reason why he didn't do it for the second movie is because that he agreed to do the first movie only with the stipulation that they would not use his name or fame to advertise the movie. He wanted to do it, but he wanted to do it kind of as just a regular person, not as Robin Williams' famous movie star. And they said, yeah, sure, absolutely. And he agreed to get paid less money in turn for that request being met. And then they completely said, fuck you to that, and advertised the genie over everybody and said, Robin Williams in Disney's Aladdin.
Why wouldn't you? Genie's the best part of the movie.
Well, he is, but he's also not really the biggest part of the movie. I mean, the movie's about this guy who has a floating rag.
He's just a street rat. We don't care.
Well, he might be a street rat, but he's,
I don't buy it.
You don't buy what?
Riff Raff, street rat? I don't buy that.
No, don't sing at me. I'm not going to be able to tell the difference because I haven't seen this movie in 25 years.
I haven't seen it in a little while.
Well, you told me just the other day that you own this on Blu-ray.
So yeah, I do.
So you've definitely seen it in your adult life at some point.
It's the Diamond Edition.
The fuck does that mean?
Does
it have anything to do with all these red diamonds that I have to collect? There's one now.
It might. I've given Disney enough money they can just turn it into diamonds.
Well, you've played this game before, right?
Yes. Yes, I played it.
Was it this version, the Super Nintendo version?
I've played the Sega Genesis version more often than not.
And I know that
it's hotter than hot. In a lot of good ways.
I know that there's a difference between the Sega version and this, but I've never played the Sega version, so just by seeing how far we've gone so far, can you tell any big differences in the game?
Not particularly, no.
They didn't have fully rendered video in the Sega version?
I don't know. It looks the same to me.
Well, I know that in the first Genesis edition, they had Aladdin used a sword.
Oh yeah, he did have a sword, didn't he?
Yeah, and he could deflect attacks and also, like, hurt people with his sword.
Okay.
But you don't have a sword in this. You just jump on people. And you throw apples to, like, disorient them. But the apples don't actually kill them. They just, like, put them into a little dizzy stance, and then you can jump on them.
Okay. Watch out for those barrels, though. And that big-ass motherfucker. Language!
I've done this so many times that these first few levels are just imprinted in my head so much from when I was a child. My mother and I would play this for days and days on end. We had a whole notebook where we would write down the little face passcodes that they give you at the end of the stages. And, God, it probably took us months to finally finish this game. I remember that we were just stuck on this one part right at the beginning, or right at the end of Agrabah, where you have to fight the big sword guy.
Yeah.
And we were stuck on that for weeks, it feels like, when I was, 5.
Action! Look at that palace in the background. It looks so majestic.
So,
what if I told you
what if
you would make it there one day?
Is that another line from the movie?
No, it's not.
Is it a line from a song?
No, it's just me talking now.
You'll
never be able to tell the difference.
I won't. So you're telling me that I could make it to that, which is just like a 8-bit recreation of the Taj Mahal?
Don't you dream of being there?
Alright, now I know you're just doing stuff from the movie.
I'm not.
Well, then what the fuck are you talking about? Why are you talking in riddles?
I don't know.
I make a really strong effort to get all of these red gems early on. Because
why?
Because each red gem gives you 3 gems total, as opposed to these green, which just gives you 1. Every 100 gems you get gives you another heart in your bar.
Oh, yeah, we need all them hearts.
And it's important to get all the hearts, because this game gets stupid hard really fast.
Yeah.
And it's this thing that Disney did with all of their Super Nintendo era games, where they wanted to make them hard enough to where you could not beat them if you rented them at the video store. At the time, like, video rentals were super big, and everybody was going out and renting games for 5 nights or 3 nights or whatever their local deals was. And
the old LucasArts.
Yeah, exactly. You make it harder on purpose so that people can't beat it as fast. And also, this was in, like, arcade machines and stuff like that, and they wanted, to keep quarters and stuff like that. But it's really reminiscent. There's one level, and we'll get to it soon, and you know the one I'm talking about, I'm sure.
I know the one.
And it's very, very reminiscent of that level in The Lion King where the monkey swinging. That was completely random, and you had no control over what was going to happen. And that level was specifically designed to make sure that a person could not beat that game if they just had it for 2 or 3 nights. They needed to try it over and over and over and over again until they finally got it.
See, when I played The Lion King, I didn't have it on an actual home console. I had it on the Game Gear, and I think it was toned down a bit from that. I'm not positive on that.
I don't know who did the Game Gear version of The Lion King. I know the Super Nintendo version was done by Virgin.
Yeah.
And they also are the ones that did the Sega Genesis version of this game, Aladdin.
Okay.
And the only reason why this game's done by Capcom, and the only reason why Capcom did this game is at the time that The Lion King came out, Capcom had the rights to produce any video game based on a Disney product on a Nintendo console. Which is a really weird, like, niche for a licensing thing to have. And now we've rescued the princess.
You don't know she's a princess.
And taken her back to our cave that just happens to overlook her bedroom.
It's not creepy at all.
It's weird that the only other place... they say this is a love story. It's one of the Disney things. But Disney love stories has always felt very off place when you look at them from any kind of critical perspective. And this one also, you're the only man she's ever seen in her entire life, probably, that's been nice to her, that hasn't had to be under penalty of death by her father.
It's true.
And she immediately falls in love with you because you're something different. And then you lie to her immediately about everything, about who you are and what you belong to. It's just weird. It's a weird story. All these old Disney things during what they call the Disney Renaissance period in the early 90s are just kind of off-putting.
What was the Renaissance period?
Like 1990 to 97-ish, where all the, the Beauty and the Beast and the Lion King and Aladdin and all those movies came out.
You know what nobody talks about? The Great Mouse Detective.
Was that a Disney movie?
Yeah, it was.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
What was it about? I've never seen it. I don't know what you're talking about.
The Great Mouse Detective was...
I've never talked about The Great Mouse Detective. I'm proving your point right now.
It's basically Disney cartoon Sherlock Holmes.
I thought that was The Rescuers.
No, The Rescuers suck.
You shut your ass.
Unless they're Down Under. The Rescuers Down Under is good.
Both Rescuers movies are good.
No, I don't like the first one.
What was wrong with the first one?
I just don't like it. I don't know. The Down Under was better. It was fun.
So, now you told me earlier...
You can't handstand on a bat. I'm sorry.
That you've never gotten past the Cave of Wonders.
No, it's difficult.
This is the Cave of Wonders that we're already in. It's just the second level in the game.
It didn't take long to get here, that's for sure.
No, it didn't. I'm damn good at this. Not gonna lie to you.
Getting all them red gems.
They're important. I told you, we need them for our life. But, so have you gotten past this level, or is it a little bit farther that you always got stuck on?
I can't get past the lava and the magic carpet.
Oh, the lava and the magic carpet?
Yeah.
Well, don't spoil it for people.
You asked me. Am I supposed to lie to you?
You could have just said the lava. They don't know a magic carpet's coming.
Yeah, because they've never seen Aladdin either.
Well, so maybe there are people out there who haven't seen Aladdin. You know, the live action of Aladdin's going to start being filmed soon.
Oh, I don't care about that.
They have Donald Glover playing Simba. And James Earl Jones is reprising his role as Mufasa.
I think you got two things confused here.
Did I say Aladdin?
You did.
Ah, well. Oh, well.
I think you did. Oh, look, there's magic carpet.
That's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Not the lion Aladdin. The Muslim King. I forget where we are.
We're at...
Oh, it's break time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well, good. We'll have a drink. Cheers. What are we drinking today, Mitchell?
Oh, this is the Hope's End.
Hope's End.
Red blend.
You love your red blends.
Yeah, some of them are pretty good.
It says, run away to the dark side, to a place called Misery. Port Misery, South Australia. Well, that sounds like a nice place to go.
Yeah, I just like
Hope's End
the name.
in Port Misery. Jesus. Wonder if Marilyn Manson lives there.
No. Where does he live? He lives in California, I'm sure of it.
Oh, with all the other fucking weirdos. Do you need a top off?
Ah, sure do.
We'll go ahead and do it while I have it in my hand.
Oh, well, thank you. So generous.
This part of the game is quite assy. I used to get stuck on this all the time when I was younger. And
you ain't gonna get that red gem.
Oh, shows what you know. You just don't have the can-do attitude that Aladdin has.
Apparently not. Now, is that little parachute move in the Genesis game? I'm not sure about that.
Well, you're the one that owned the Genesis game. I asked you to play it last night. Did you?
I could not find the power cord, and I was lazy.
Well.
Yeah.
Goes to show how much effort you put into these things.
I mean, I'm here.
I don't know if he had the parachute or not.
Somebody tell me.
Maybe someone in the comments can tell us. I'm going to go ahead and say no, because Sega sucks and their versions are always worse. I don't care if he had a sword. I don't need a damn sword to beat this game. Aladdin can just jump on people's heads and it works fine. Just like Mario.
You know, we keep asking these questions. People tell us the answers in the comments. I don't think they're going to tell us. I don't think there are any comments ever. That needs to change.
I'm fine with there being no comments.
Okay.
It doesn't bother me any. Most people that comment on YouTube are, kind of bottom of the barrel.
Like us.
Well, yeah. But,
You're missing that bread, man.
I don't need that bread. I've got full health.
Oh, well.
Why would you need bread?
Because it's good. Tastes good.
I am going to go back and get this 1-up, though, because one of the good things about this game is that 1-ups regenerate after you die.
Okay.
So if you know where one is, you can kind of stay at your current position no matter how many times you die.
That's nice.
It is. A lot of games don't do that. Donkey Kong did, but Donkey Kong always made 1-ups very hard to get. They were always balloons that were floating away from you, and you had to rush to get them. And if you didn't get to them in enough time, then they would just disappear. Now, Monkey, don't steal this rock. This is an important rock.
It looks like an apple, though.
No, don't steal it.
He's a hungry monkey man.
No, we need that rock to just stay right there. Shit. Shit. This game was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed doing this record. Unlike most games that you play once you're older, I found that I was much better at it as an adult than I was when I was younger.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, you got a new heart piece.
What games were you really bad at when you were a kid that you found out later that you could beat easily?
Well, I can't beat anything easily. I was always bad at video games. I'm still bad at video games. That's pretty much a constant.
That damn monkey!
Don't touch it, infidels! Oh, but you beat it.
I kind of miss password save systems in games where you could just get to a certain point and...
Oh, look, you got them all.
Well, I told you. I need them all. It's really important because very soon we're going to start doing really poorly.
About right now?
No, not quite yet.
Not quite.
Not quite.
Okay.
I still hold it out through the lava sections, I think. But this is where the game starts to test you, and it's kind of, this is how old school 2D platformers do. It's the easiest way to increase the difficulty of all the skills you've learned so far. It says, okay, you've learned how to kill enemies, you've learned how to jump on stuff, you've learned how to move around obstacles. Now let's have you do all of those things, but with a time limit, and also the screen is moving and you can't go backwards, so you can't stop.
This is Mario Castle.
Yeah, this is a fight against Bowser.
Yeah.
You're rushing to the end while, I don't know, what's bearing down on you when you're going through a Mario Castle.
See, that's one of those games that I'm better at now. Going back to the previous conversation, I'm better at some 2D Mario now than I used to be.
What 2D Mario were you really bad at when you were younger?
Mario 3.
I never liked Mario 3 as much as Mario World. I always thought Mario World was a much better Mario game. Everybody, whenever they get together, and when we were, when you're like that in the high school, beginning of college, when everybody just wanted to play old school NES games all the time, everybody wanted to play Mario 3. Even if you get, there's a local bar that we used to go to, and they always had Mario 3 on a big, 72-inch flat screen in the bar.
I know that bar.
Everybody does. If you live here. But it was never as fun to me as Mario World. Mario World always had much more interesting secrets. I always liked the cape over the raccoon suit.
Right. The cape is harder to control though than the raccoon suit.
But if you know how
to do that dive bomb belly flop thing. It's difficult to sustain.
But if you can sustain it, you can literally fly through an entire level without even touching the ground.
Okay.
You can just spam your way through levels using that if you want to, and it's really not that hard. You just you count the 2 and press back on the D-pad.
Okay.
Yeah.
The secret.
Well, secret to you, common knowledge to most.
Fine.
Hashtag Mitchell can't play video games.
I can't. It's true. Break time!
I miss these two little tiny just bullshit mini games. It's not like any other game did something like this where it was a little wheel, but just ridiculous things.
Heart.
Yeah, this is the worst one you can possibly get. It just refills your heart.
Oh, it doesn't give you an extra heart.
No, the stars refill your credits. You got the 1 up, you got the 2 up, and then the genie does something randomly.
Okay.
But the hearts just give you hearts, and that doesn't affect me at all because everything's a one-hit kill in this level, like that.
Oh.
Welcome to the downfall. You know, we've been having a lot of fun here, playing Aladdin these first 20 minutes, blowing through the first couple of levels. And now we're going to show you what the game's really like. Unforgiving, unrelentless, in-your-face, pain in the ass.
Hell. Hell in 2 dimensions.
And nothing about it is really that hard. It's no speeder bike racing Battletoads. But it's that part. That part right there,
right,
that gets me every single time.
Right.
When I was a child, that was the apex of skill, is if I could get past that one little hump. And then if you get past that, you think you're done, and there's still one more dive down and then even out afterwards.
Again.
And just get comfortable here, buddy. We'll be here for a while. In fact, maybe it's time to move on to a topic and move away from Aladdin for a little bit.
All right.
So let's talk about something that's going on in the world.
I'm topical.
So what games are you looking forward to coming out soon?
I'm still looking forward to playing old Resident Evil 7, even though I'm pretty sure I'm too scared of it. I'm looking forward to Ukulele, because that seems...
Ukulele is going to come out soon.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well. I love Rare.
Yeah.
You know, Banjo-Kazooie is one of my favorite games, one of my biggest influences, where, not to give too much away, but we're working on a game that was influenced by many of Rare's early titles.
You're giving too much away.
And Ukulele looks fun. I guess we should just stop there about that. Maybe we'll play it on this channel at some point.
That'd be nice.
It would be.
Yeah.
I think we should do that, actually.
Yeah.
And what else?
What else?
Games
I'm looking forward to. I really, I wish I had money to buy a Nintendo Switch to play some Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, Breath of the Wild looks really good, but you better have a lot of money.
Yeah, I don't.
And not just for the console and not just for the game, but now Zelda is even having, even Zelda, it seems, has been pulled into the DLC swindle. And now it looks like you're going to have to pay $20 if you want all of the content that Zelda Breath of the Wild is going to have. They have two DLC packs coming out, and it's going to cost $20. You can't purchase them separately. You can't spend $10 and just get one. You have to spend $20 for both.
Really?
Yeah, and that's kind of a weird choice, because why wouldn't you just package it as one thing?
Right.
But so the first is supposed to include a hard mode.
Okay.
And also a Cave of Trials, like they had in Skyward Sword.
Why wouldn't they just put that in the game?
Well, that's kind of a big question, isn't it? And the second is a brand new dungeon and an additional part of the story. Again, why wouldn't they just put that in the game?
Right. Well, the extra dungeon I could see paying for, but the pit of 100 trials or whatever is always hidden somewhere in the overworld.
Right. even in Majora's Mask, they had something that was very it wasn't the same because the idea hadn't been fully fleshed out yet. Uh, it, but even in Majora's Mask, you could go behind the waterfall down in Ikana Canyon, and you could find kind of a gauntlet type area.
Okay.
And before that, even in Ocarina of Time, they had to get the ice arrows. You could go through the gauntlet that was in Gerudo Valley, and you don't necessarily even need the ice arrows to finish the game in Ocarina of Time. They're just fun to have.
Right.
And they do make some areas easier, but you don't need them necessarily. And then after that, after Majora's Mask, what was it? Wind Waker.
Wind Waker had
the endless dungeon, or the 100-room dungeon,
right.
I think it was, that went straight down in the grotto.
I think that you got a heart piece in the original game.
You got a heart piece at the level 50, right?
Okay.
And then
and then like a silver rupee or something
gold
at
rupee,
the end.
you know, something.
But in the HD remake.
Oh damn! Let me interrupt you there.
Oh damn!
Yeah, we made it.
In the Wind Waker HD remake, you actually, when you complete the pit, you get the Hero's Mask.
What does the Hero's Mask do?
It allows you to see the health bars of all your enemies when you wear it.
Oh, that's actually really useful.
Awesome. It's my favorite thing in the whole game. And also in the Wind Waker HD remake, the hard mode was something you could toggle on and off. And all that means is you can't pick up hearts in the environment. You can only regain your health by using potions.
That's a really good addition, I think, to Zelda. All of that sounds like something that I would just want as an option in the base game.
Right, and you could toggle that they made it. You could toggle it on and off if something got too difficult. Which I played through it the whole thing. The Wind Waker is notoriously easy, and it's my favorite game in the world.
Is that why it's your favorite game in the world? Because it's so notoriously easy? Or do those things just happen
They just happen to coincide, yes. We'll say. But I did play through the hard mode the whole way, and it did make it more interesting. We'll say that, more interesting, because you pick up, you know, extra arrows and stuff in the grass, but you don't get any extra hearts. You have to make sure you have an extra bottle full of red potion all the time.
Now, I do like that. That it always seemed like the potions in Zelda were really unnecessary because they were always just in Majora's Mask, you know, you talk about your favorite Zelda. My favorite Zelda was Majora's Mask, and in Majora's Mask, all you had to do to pretty much be invincible in that game was make sure to get the Romani milk from the milk bar on the second day.
Right.
And if you did that, you had unlimited magic. And if you had unlimited magic, you could do whatever you wanted. Okay. You could put on if you wanted to beat any boss, you could put on the Fierce Deity's mask, and you could just spam his lightning bolt attack, and even though that took magic power, it didn't matter, and you could just hit it over and over again. Every boss was dead in 2 seconds. You could put on the shield and just walk around invincible without having to ever stop. And it just made it too easy. And not only that, but another issue I found in Zelda games that I hope that Breath of the Wild might fix, just because everything looks so fucking decayed and ruined, is that I don't ever really have a need for rupees. You always seem to end up with just your max amount of rupees that you can hold, and you constantly get more and more and more, and there's no reason to have them.
That's right.
And you need reasons to spend them.
If you have to buy health potions all the time,
well, yeah,
then you'll spend them. I don't remember this in the movie.
Well, this is, theoretically, I guess this takes place during the genie's, song sequence.
Yeah, life is your restaurant, and I'm your Mesa D!
I would like the check, please.
Let me take your order, jot it down. You ain't never had a friend like me.
Alright, that's probably too much for the copyright. You gotta be careful.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
About how many lyrics you sing in succession. We don't want to get Disney's lawyers after us.
I can't help it.
It's
catchy.
They've been real busy lately. We don't want to give them anything else to do. That brings us to our next topic.
Oh, topical.
Yeah, so PewDiePie has been fired by Disney for making anti-Semitic remarks. What do you have to say about that, Mitchell?
I say I don't know who this PewDiePie character is.
Okay.
But anti-Semitism is never cool, Chris.
It's not cool. It's not something we'd endorse.
No.
Moving on. So Bethesda says they are currently working on 3 new titles, and Bethesda's president and all-around, guy that they have to show up to these things,
president and all-around guy,
Todd Howard, says that 2 of the 3 new titles are bigger than anything we've ever done, in quotes. Like he always does. He said that about Skyrim, he said that about Oblivion, he said it about Fallout 3. I mean, obviously, when you work on a new game, it's going to be bigger than, you want
bigger and better than ever before.
So that doesn't really mean anything.
Not really.
And he said that about 2 of them. The third is a mobile game. Kind of in the lines of Fallout Shelter, because that was crazy popular.
Yeah, it was.
Did you play Fallout Shelter?
I tried to play it. I wasn't into it.
Why not?
Well, first and foremost, I guess it would help if I was, into the Fallout lore.
Right.
And
that would probably help if you cared about the game series at all.
Yeah, and I wasn't, but
you would have liked it better if it was a Mario Shelter.
Probably, yeah. but what kind of game would you have there?
One where Wario was planning to blow up the New York Trade Center.
No.
I don't know. But what? It just didn't intrigue you?
Too tedious, I guess.
Yeah, it is one of those managey games. Yeah. You don't really
This
play
guy's
a lot of
good
those.
with computers. Let's put him in the laboratory.
Yeah. That doesn't do it for you?
No, not really.
It is mostly just adding numbers to other numbers and making sure that your numbers are the highest numbers.
I'm really enjoying this right now, I'll be honest with you.
Well, yeah, I'll tell you, this is probably the level that I hate the most, because while you got stuck on the lava level previous, This is where I would always get stuck when I was a child. This was the point of kind of no return. If I could get past this, then the rest of the game would be okay. But this part right here was really just painfully hard.
Now, when you're doing your double jumps, doing your handstand jumps, is that an extra button press?
No.
It does
not. But you
automatically.
do if you want to jump higher, it's an extra button press. He will automatically do the jump onto him. But if you don't press the button at the exact right time when he lands on the enemy, he'll only jump just his body height.
Okay.
If you press the button, he'll jump double his body height, and then you can get farther along.
All right.
And so you have to figure, you have to time which ones to double jump on.
Break time!
Yeah, I did pretty good at getting these for a while.
Now, what happens, what's the prerequisite to getting the break time? You have to get the scarab?
Yeah, that's the scarab that's hidden in the chest, and they'll fly around the area for a little bit and then disappear, and you only have 4 or 5 seconds to pick them up before they vanish out of existence. This game was cool in taking all of the little things from the movie and making them kind of iconic in some way.
Oh, I remember.
But also they dragged out a lot of areas, such as this. We're still stuck in the genie's lamp, technically, and this is still the same song.
It is.
Just over and over and over and over again. And it gets painful if you die a lot.
At least you got a good soundtrack, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Better than me singing all of it.
It's weird. I meant to bring it up earlier when we were talking about the monkey, But the guy who does the voices for Abu
Yes.
also does the voice for the Cave of Wonders that we're in. The big lion-faced.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So the guy that does the little monkey noises is also the really deep-voiced, creepy cave.
That's weird.
Yeah.
You disturbed the lamp!
What?
How dare you disturb
Well.
the lamp? No, he's... Touch only the lamp. That's what he says.
I don't think he says it like that.
He says something like that.
I don't know, but I'm getting serious Donkey Kong flashbacks from this part.
Donkey Kong and Battletoads all mixed together.
You know, I for a 2D platformer, I think Aladdin, it does really hold up as one of the better ones because it has so many different elements of things that make 2D platforming good. You know, it has the scroll levels, it has the arcade levels.
Those are donut blocks.
Donut blocks?
Yeah. The Mario blocks with the holes in them that fall when
Oh,
you step on them.
yes. Are those called donut blocks?
Yes, they are.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, they are.
Well, I guess that's because they're found in the Donut Kingdom in Mario World. Is that the reason?
Well...
I know that the second world you encounter in Mario World is the Donut Kingdom.
Donut blocks started in Mario 3, actually.
Well, as I previously stated, fuck Mario 3.
Well,
I don't give a shit.
That's rude.
I don't give a shit. Fuck the raccoon suit. I don't want no furries in my Mario game.
You didn't go for that other red gem?
No,
right?
because I died and I don't have the carpet, and if I had I can't get it and get back to safety without the carpet.
Oh, you can carry the carpet through the level?
If you survive.
Oh, nice.
But we've since game overed.
Okay.
So we're on a different credit now. And now here's a part that never happened in the movie and was shoehorned in to kind of pad out the game time. Because Aladdin doesn't really have a lot of video game-esque scenes in it. It's mostly people singing or flirting and just about like 2 or 3 scenes of action.
You know, there is one part when Aladdin tells all good teenagers to take off their clothes.
What?
you gotta turn up the sound really loud. And there's a part where
I don't know what you're on about.
There's a part where Aladdin is getting backed up to the edge of the balcony by the tiger in the palace. And if you turn it up real loud, he says, all good teenagers, take off your clothes.
I don't think that happens.
It happens. It's one of those weird
Is that one
Disney
of those weird
things.
Disney
Yeah.
sex things
Yeah,
that you were always hearing about? Like how the lion falls down in the dust and then the dust falls up into the air and it
spells
forms
out sex.
Spells the word sex in dust clouds.
And the dude from Little Mermaid gets a boner when he's getting married.
Now, you don't think that maybe that's just people seeing things that they want to see in these... Like,
No,
do you really think there's a team of animators that are trying to put sexual connotations?
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because
what would be the purpose?
Because it's funny for them.
You think so?
Yeah. And I'm telling you, he says all good teenagers take off your clothes.
You've done this.
Yes.
You've taken off your clothes in front of Aladdin.
I've heard him tell me to do it.
Did you follow through with it?
No.
Why not?
Because that seemed rude.
To who? He's asking you. It would seem rude not to, right? You're watching his movie. Shit! That was my Zero Man.
Oh, man, no.
That's okay. I've got 2 credits. The genie gave us one during that bonus round.
Okay, we're good. It's okay.
Yep. Still moving strong.
Yeah, I don't remember this from the movie.
Yeah, it's weird how they just kind of shoehorned in the monkey falling off of the carpet and entering an ancient Egyptian pyramid. It's almost as if they had an entire sand pyramid level modeled in some other game, and they just wanted to use it for this to get rid of it.
I feel like we saw that dude already. He just had different clothes on.
We did. That's the same archer from the earlier stages, but now he's got purple clothes.
Go get the treasure chest, man.
Hold on, we gotta look for secrets. Don't you know how games work? Okay, nothing over here. It's still important to look.
Alright.
Now we're gonna look over here. Alright, there was nothing, but it's still good to look.
So you have to collect it still.
Yeah, got it. Shit. This level is hard. Because you
were right there!
You can't grab on to the edges of the sand pillars. When sand's falling onto a pillar and going off the edge, that means you can't grasp the edge. Exactly.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe this was a part from 1001 Nights that I never read. Did you ever read the book?
I did.
Arabian Nights? 1001 Nights, and everywhere else in the world. Here in America, it was called Arabian Nights when it was published.
I mean, are the days in the Arabian Nights,
don't sing songs.
Hotter than hot?
But, the story was taken from that book, and it was taken from Aladdin's Magic Lamp, and also, what was it called? Ali Baba and the King of Thieves.
Yeah.
And also the movie Sinbad came from that book. But that's unrelated to this.
No, because that's not a family-friendly cartoon.
Well, it was, actually, once. Sinbad had that CG cartoon in the late 90s. Do you remember? It came on the Sci-Fi Channel. It was terrible.
No, I don't remember.
Oh, man, it was modeled, you know how Mortal Kombat 4 looks?
Yes.
A lot like that. But a movie of that. It's a hard spot. Shit!
Oh, no!
0 credit. This is the last credit.
This is not good positioning we're in.
No, it's not. Especially since we're recording.
Was that a bag lunch?
That was the carpet.
This carpet?
Yeah, that's the carpet that you picked. What do you mean a bag lunch?
It looks like a bag lunch.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does. It's like that.
It's curled. It's curled up at the bottom. That's not a triangle. You think Aladdin's mom packed him a sack lunch that he has to pick up in every level?
Well, I think that's rude. I don't think he has a mama.
Oh, that's offensive. Why wouldn't everybody has a mama? Why wouldn't he have a mama? He has a dad. We saw him in the third movie. Why wouldn't he have a mom?
We never saw her.
Well, she's probably dead. Maybe they're metaphorical bag lunches.
The lunches he always wish he had.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why he can float down, floating over his troubles. I don't know what I'm talking about.
So you have to pick up the bag lunch to have your parachute?
Yes.
Oh.
In each continue. It carries over as you're alive. As we already talked about.
Hey!
Yes, finally. Now, more of it. You thought we were done.
I was hoping, yeah.
No. More Ancient Pyramid. Let's drag this movie out as long as possible. So, we haven't even shown anybody the world yet.
Now who's singing songs?
Well, I've seen the movie once, and I had to play through this game, and this game uses like 4 songs over and over and over and over again. And I've also dated some girls that like to listen to Disney music a lot.
I married one. Spikes. What the fuck just happened?
I'm bouncing on snakeheads. What are you confused about?
You disappeared for a second and reappeared on the platform.
Oh, yeah, the emulator does a strange thing where when you get hit, you have that damage flash animation. It doesn't want to flicker as much as it should, so you just kind of disappear for a little bit.
So you just have to know where you are.
Yeah, you just kind of have to guesstimate.
Huh.
Shit!
Oh, no.
Funny story, that's the end of that level, too. Right beyond that spike. So,
what is birds in pots?
In true fashion, as this video has been going so far, let's spend 3 or 4 lives trying to get back to as good as we did the first time.
Alright.
Because that's how platforming works. You do it really good once, and then you try and get back to that level over and over and over again.
Is that always there?
That heart?
Yeah.
No, the heart's only a one-time thing. After you pick up the heart, then it turns back into either a chicken or a piece of bread. Or some apples.
Okay.
But, 1-ups stay, and usually food stays if the food is what was originally intended to be in that area. Like, apples will always be in the same place, and chicken will always be in the same place, that sort of thing.
Okay. I really want to play this. I really do.
Well, after this video's over, we can play it if you want. I still have it.
Alright.
Or we can play it on the computer, or we can go into the living room and play it on the actual Super Nintendo.
Ooh, that sounds fun.
The resolution is better on the computer, I'll tell you that now.
We can play some cards.
Play some cards?
Yeah.
Yeah, we could play some cards. What kind of cards do you want to play?
I want to play On Card.
On Card? I haven't heard about that game. What's that game?
Oh, it's this new game. It's called Mario Twins.
What?
No, it's not. It's called On Card.
Yeah. What are you talking about?
It's a sword battling game of sorts.
Oh, that sounds like the type of thing that isn't finished in development yet, so we shouldn't probably talk about it any further.
Then why'd you ask me to talk about it?
Ah, well. Aren't we scamps? We're just plugging stuff galore, aren't we?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Jared has an Instagram. Viewer, go check that out. Figure out if you know what I'm talking about. Bozzy's Collectibles. I think there's an underscore in there. So something weird.
Also, check out the Ever Vigilant Bastard.
We already did him.
Did we?
Don't do it twice.
I don't remember doing it.
Shut up.
All right.
Aladdin was the most successful film of 1992. Did you know that?
I did not.
I don't give a shit. I'm so sick of this song. This is the most boring song in the whole game, and it's probably because it wasn't an original Zelda song.
Well, they're not going to hear this though.
Well, no, because I'm terrified of Disney copyright, so I'm just not going to put the audio up at all.
They're already going to come after us. It's okay.
Yeah, but you know, you've been singing the songs all
I haven't been.
Fucking night. The songs were written by Alan Menken and Howard Ashman, and then later apparently Ashman died, and the rest of the songs were written by Alan Menken and Tim Rice. And Alan Menken, who was there both times, won an Academy Award for all the songs that were in Aladdin. So good for him.
So did Elton John.
Which song did Elton John write?
Not in Aladdin. He won that. The Circle of Life. He won
that was Lion King.
Yeah, I know. But
that's Virgin Entertainment. We're on Capcom. We've been through this.
Okay.
You can talk about that shit when we play Lion King.
I can't talk about nothing.
Which will be never.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to go through that again. I have like flashbacks from my childhood.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, this is the increasingly retro Let's Get Classy. Where we've gone from this generation all the way back to now the Super Nintendo. I guess we should probably...
We have just gone straight backwards.
We've gone straight backwards, yeah. I guess we should probably start moving in the other direction, because I would like to get back to some games that have actually come out this decade.
Well, we just talked about doing ukulele at some point.
Well, yeah, we did. So I guess by the time we get back there, I don't know, we'll have to go to PlayStation 2 or N64 or Dreamcast or something like that again next and start working our way back up. Because I don't really feel like doing it.
Why are you trying to kill your monkey, man?
Because he's been being a little asshole. I've been chasing him for 3 fucking levels through all this bullshit. And I was just like, what? What? Oh, we're okay? I was expecting a boss fight. I thought I had to fight that little head. Yeah, it did a whole cinematic and everything. But no.
No.
No. It's over. Everything's good. Here's your password.
Jasmine, Jafar, Sultan, Jasmine.
And at this point, I just don't give a shit about the red gems anymore.
Well, the worst is behind us.
Exactly. It's all kind of just cruising on from here.
Yeah, yeah.
We've done
That's
the hardest
Prince
part
Ali
of the game.
Abubu.
No, see, it'll tell us Ali Ababwa.
Ali Abubu.
Alibaba.
Ali Abubu.
Alright, enough of that. Which almost seems kind of racist-y, maybe. Ali Ababwa. It just kind of sounds like generic Muslim name to me.
At least stereotypical, yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, where else are you going to kind of find a game nowadays with a Muslim protagonist? I mean, this is a game that takes place entirely in the Middle East, and you're all brown people. So, you know, good on them.
Okay.
It would be a whole thing nowadays. You're being quiet because you feel like I'm going to say something that's offensive, but it would be a whole thing nowadays, I feel like, if they made this kind of story. It'd be like, oh, Disney's coming out with the Muslim movie now. Whereas then it was just like, it's just a story, you know?
Right.
And it makes me miss that. It was a simpler time.
When I was young.
What?
A simpler time. When I was young.
Is this a bit? I don't know what you're doing.
It's not a bit. I was just saying when I was a younger Mitchell. That's all.
Okay.
Life was easier when I was a younger Mitchell. Now I have the world, the real world, in front of me.
This sounds like some sort of really weird...
I don't need Aladdin to show it to me.
Okay. Alright, now you're starting to talk sing again. Were you talk singing this whole time and I didn't know it?
No. Oh, only at the end.
I can't tell the difference. Yes, fireworks. That means I got enough gems.
Yeah?
But not a lot, though. The amount of fireworks at the end of that stage corresponds to the amount of gems that you get. You have to kind of follow the trail. But once you go past the gems, you can't back up anymore. You can only like stop and go down and up. You can't go backwards. It just stops you. So it's really hard.
So that was,
and
that
now
was
we're
just
going to
a
blow
bonus
through
level.
about 20 minutes of the movie's plot in 15 seconds.
Yeah.
Are you ready? All right.
Are we already at the end, though?
We're close, yeah.
Oh.
So Aladdin's, everything's going good. Jafar's like, shit, I'm going to steal your lamp. Blast Aladdin away.
Fuck you, Aladdin.
Sends him to the ends of the earth, and then you're like, fuck, giant ice world, right? You gotta escape, and it's going to be all like Return of the Jedi, or
Indiana
Episode 2.
Jones.
Yeah, just something fucking badass going around, jumping through ice caves.
Yeah, let's do that.
Nah. You're gonna return straight to Agrabah to save Jasmine, and the next level is gonna be the castle again. We're just gonna blow right past it.
Missed opportunities.
Yeah, whereas we made up a whole level previously to draw out coming back from the Cave of Wonders, spent 3 worlds inside the genie's lamp for no reason.
Right.
We're just gonna jump straight to the castle again. So
I don't think you could handstand on those swords, man.
You sure can.
That don't seem right to me.
This is another big ramp up in difficulty for the game with all these swords and different environmental things. Like, all of a sudden you have to use things that hurt you to traverse the environment, and that's very different from how it's been so far.
Yeah, it looks real difficult.
It is really fun, though. You know, you can say what you want about what the game does to the story, and indeed we have and will.
Yes, we have.
It's shit. But it does do platforming really, really well. All of this is stupid amounts of fun. And, like, these things fall down, you can stand on them, but they hurt you if they come down on top of you.
The
you know?
Thwomps.
Thwomps. Kind of like Thwomps, but Thwomps on chains. Thwomps were never on chains. They always moved on their own accord.
Yeah, but you could stand on top of them.
Well, that's true, but if you followed them all the way up, you'd get crushed by the ceiling. And whereas these only go up to Aladdin crouch height.
So really, they're just mean chandeliers.
Yeah, like the ones you'd find in Resident Evil. And there's Iago.
There he is.
For the first. Oh, and there he is again.
He's just gonna come keep trying to
drop
on you.
We'll see Iago more than thrice.
More than thrice.
And I am getting pretty excited about this point because it's so close to the end. I'm pretty proud of myself for getting this far. I am on my last continue, so if I die twice, it's over from here for good.
Oh.
And now we have destructible environments where you can pull lanterns down from the walls and cause little fires on the ground.
Nice.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool touch. It's something that I don't remember seeing in a lot of 2D platforming games. Do you remember any game that could allow you to like jump on something and pull it down like that?
No, I don't.
I couldn't either when I was recording this. I thought about it a lot, and I even Googled it.
That seems really short for a level, though.
Well, maybe. I don't know. That seemed about the normal
Break
size.
time!
Christ.
I was excited.
Yeah, I see that.
What do we get?
I can't tell you because I don't remember. Or know yet.
Genie!
No.
1 up.
Yeah, I think
No
it is.
heart. It's
No.
a heart.
Fucking damn it. Shit.
It's a heart.
Worthless hearts. Actually, that helps that time. I think the amount of heart... Yeah, that more than doubles the health that I had, so...
Yeah.
That's actually pretty useful. Especially in this one.
Action! Those archers are killing you.
There's Iago again. And again. He's a busy bird collecting all those human skulls from the graveyard.
Old Gilbert Gottfried.
Rising Fire. Another 2D test of your abilities.
The real test of a platformer's metal.
It really, it is interesting because you can't just have it be the same difficulty each time. You have to come up with things that keep making it harder and harder as the worlds go on. And, first you start off with moving the screen slowly side to side, and then you move towards making the floor be dangerous and dangerous halfway up.
Right.
And, I don't know, it's creative.
Then you
it
get
impresses
walking
me.
Swords.
Now I'm going to roast this chicken.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to eat it, because it'll give me more health that way.
It's always better to eat cooked chicken.
You don't know it, but I've been waiting 23 years for that joke.
I believe you.
I'm not even joking. I've had that joke in my head since I played that game for the first time.
When you could kick the chicken into the fire.
And here we are.
He said, fuck that bread. I don't want that shit.
100 full hearts. Let's kick this dude's ass.
Oh shit, we're here.
We're here. It's time. Let's fight him. Let's get him. So the trick with Jafar is that Jafar always wants to bait you. He gives you these guys, and the whole entire game...
Would you say he's the master baiter?
I would say that he's a pro baiter. I wouldn't say he's a master baiter.
Okay.
You fucking juvenile piece of shit.
If
If I could continue.
At least he gives you his sword to step on,
He gives you lots
Or
of chances,
his
and here's
staff.
the thing.
You have to jump
He gives
on a
you all
staff.
of these guys. These guys, the entire game, you've been trained to use those guys to get a higher jump.
Yeah, you have, yeah.
But if you use those guys to get a higher jump and try to jump on him, you'll get hurt. And then he'll do this, which really looks like he's low enough for you to jump on him.
But he's not.
He's not. Well, he is at the very, very, very center of his swoop. But it's so hard, it's not even worth trying. It's just not worth it.
So you might say he's a master at baiting you.
I wouldn't say that, I don't think. I think I was a master at killing him.
Is he dead already?
And that if you want to masturbate, you can wait until this record is over. And then leave.
Jafar was doing that. I wasn't doing that.
He was enticing me with his wiener.
See,
obviously.
See now who is it?
Final battle.
doesn't say action anymore.
No, the action's over. There's no action here. It's just eating chicken and killing snakes from here on out.
At least he gave you a chicken.
Well, yeah, you gotta be, full.
Can you do it with 2 dudes?
With 2 dudes.
Yeah, you got 2 dudes. That's all you got.
Oh! I could do this with 100 dudes.
But you only have 2. You don't have 100.
I don't know if I could get it up for 2. What are we talking about?
I'm talking about your lives.
Oh! I'm not too worried. So here's something interesting. This game stutters when the snake and the fire and the bouncing balls are all on screen at the same time.
It's a lot.
Yeah, and it's not the emulation. It's just the game.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff for the Super Nintendo to handle.
Nice.
I mean, you have to think about every little circle that's on his body is being modeled at once, So it's, there's a lot of shit going on technically. But yeah, this is the final battle. We've made it. It's been an hour, and we've made it all the way here to fight Jafar as a giant snake.
How many times do you have to hit him?
More than 3.
It's not the rule of 3.
It's not the normal Capcom or Rare 3.
I missed
or Mario
the rule of
3.
3. Rare was never the rule of 3.
No, Rare was always 4. They wanted to be weird.
Yeah.
What was it in the... Oh! There it is.
Oh, shit.
That's it. We did it. We beat the game. We are the Aladdin. We are the Disney's Aladdin.
We are the master.
The street rats.
Yeah.
The King Ali Ababwas.
Ali Abubu.
And the snake burns. And the palace burns.
Oh, wait!
Ah, shit! Shit! No!
You tricked me. You said it was over. You're not as powerful as you think, Jafar. The genie has more power than you'll ever have. That's right.
Yeah, that's the first time we've seen Aladdin talk this entire game. His text is blue. We haven't seen any blue text this entire game until this last one screen. And, we all know how the Aladdin movie ends. The genie makes...
Yeah, Aladdin doesn't actually...
have a climax.
Beat him.
No.
The genie does.
And that's something that I forgot when I was playing through this again.
That's right.
Because I thought I did beat him. And then I was like, oh shit, extra boss. But no.
Unlimited cosmic power! Itty bitty living space.
Are you done?
Almost.
That's the itty bitty living? It always bothered me that Jafar got a black lamp while the genie's lamp was gold.
Well, yeah, because Jafar is a bad man.
Well, I get that,
so
but does that mean does that mean that when someone turns into a genie, their lamp color represents what type of genie they are? So that all good genies have gold lamps and all bad genies have black lamps?
Well, yeah.
That's what that means?
I mean, yeah.
So every black lamp has a bad genie, every gold lamp has a good genie, no middle ground.
Obviously.
What if there was a different colored lamp?
I only know gold and black lamps, man. Well,
I think that there should... I don't know. I mean, maybe that makes more sense. I don't know. It bothers me. It's too finite for me. Good and bad is not so easily quantified.
So there should be a gray lamp.
Not so much gray. I would think bronzy silver.
Bronzy silver.
Yeah.
And that could be the mischievous.
The chaotic neutral,
the
if
chaotic
you will.
Neutral.
Yeah. In D&D terms.
Not bound by any morals of good or... I don't know.
She chooses you, the only other man she's ever seen in her entire life. And here's the genie dressed as Goofy.
The product placement.
Because guess who paid for this? And then Robin Williams went off. to make weird independent films that made us all kind of uncomfortable.
Yeah. Didn't he do Jack right after this?
Oh, did he do Jack right after? That would have been real sad. Jack was a depressing ass movie.
Yeah, it was. It was either... Well, maybe... Jack might have been before. Patch Adams was definitely right after this, too.
Did you ever see World's Greatest Dad?
No.
World's Greatest Dad is a fucking horrible movie. That he's in it. He does a very good job, but it's a kid who's an asshole. He's just a shitty little fucking shithead of a high school kid. And Robin Williams is
Aren't we all?
And Robin Williams is a single father. Well, he's like extra shitty. Robin Williams is his single father dad. And the shitty little high school kid kills himself by accident. He's doing the whole jerk-off auto asphyxiation thing and accidentally chokes himself and dies.
He does the old David Carradine trick.
Yeah, the old Davy C. And and Robin Williams fakes a suicide note. And
what?
Yeah, to make it, because he finds him, dead in the autoerotic asphyxiation pose, cleans him up a little bit before calling the police, and fakes a suicide note that basically makes him look out to be a less shittier person that he is. And and then all of a sudden the whole school starts to think about the kid and think about the note, and they start to have all these kind of fake memories about the kid being a good guy. And before you know it, the whole school's having like memorial days and stuff in remembrance of this poor lost soul that was gone. And
when all the time
he was a shithead that nobody liked.
Right.
And then Robin Williams starts to feel real guilty about it, and also remembers how much of a shithead his kid actually was. And then he starts to want people to stop pretending that he wasn't such a shithead. And the end of the movie ends with him taking off all of his clothes and walking out of the school naked, while everyone screams at him.
I want to watch this movie.
It is called World's Greatest Dad, and it is fucking depressing.
I want to see it.
Well, I guess you probably would.
It's not a good way to end this broadcast.
Only 14 red diamonds. Well,
that's all you got?
That's all I got. Yeah. Well, it only says that because we had, after you go to a continue, it forgets everything you got before.
Oh.
So no, there's 10 in each area, I want to say, or 15 or some shit. So
you can't show her the world with 14 diamonds. You gotta have more than that.
It's like 3 months.
Shit costs money.
It's like 3 months' salary, right?
I mean,
or something like that. How much did you pay for your wife? How many cows did you pay for your wife?
My wife was for free.
Oh, where do I find those? Craigslist?
Yeah. Probably somewhere in Russia.